hate to disappoint you, Minister, but the ELM scheme, as you must know, is utterly mired in confusion.
Well, I would encourage you to come and speak to some of my farming constituents.
Now did SNP MP Deirdre Brock really get under the skin of Scottish Tory MP John Lamont? She seems to make a habit of doing this with Tory MPs, doesn't she? Now, her question was about Internal Markets Act and rural farming.
Could I ask, just moving on to a different topic, but it's partly because I know that you, Minister, are a representative of a rural constituency. I've heard concerns about the impact of the subsidy control and the Internal Market Acts on support for farmers, because support, of course, is being phased out entirely for farmers in England, direct support. Although the ELM scheme is supposed to kick in and provide support behind that, but that's currently mired in confusion, so it's not happening, I don't think. But that support is being tapered out still. It is continuing, some direct support is continuing for farmers in Scotland because of the Scottish Government. But the concern is that those two acts might be used to force the Scottish Government to stop that support. What assurances can you give farmers and bodies like the National Farmers Union of Scotland and those in rural areas who depend on agriculture for their livelihoods, that won't happen?
So the member raises a very important point. As she alludes to, I represent a rural constituency. I also represent a constituency right on the border, and many of the farmers in my constituency farm land on both sides of the border. And what is very clear, and what I hear from the farmers and landowners in my constituency, is that whilst they have certainty as they have certainty as to the type of support they're going to be getting south of the border from the UK government, they have absolutely no certainty as to what's going to be provided from the Scottish government. We are waiting to hear what type of support is going to be provided.
I hate to disappoint you, Minister, but the ELM scheme, as you must know, is utterly mired in confusion.
Well, I would encourage you to come and speak to some of my farming constituents.
The direct support for farmers in England will taper out completely by 2027.
So perhaps Ms Brock could outline what farming support is going to be provided to Scottish farmers moving forward.
Direct support is still being
what schemes?
To
so at the moment, well, I'm not clear what the Scottish Government is proposing to do in terms of farming support.
Okay.
My farmers are not able to make decisions as to the type of investment they're going to make in their land, their steading, their food production, because they don't know how they're going to be supported by the Scottish Government moving forward. And it's very clear from Ms Brock's response; she doesn't know either. We have certainty south of the border as to what's going to be happening, and farmers are making decisions based on that certainty, and they don't have that certainty north of the border.
Okay, thanks, Chair.
Thank you.
No, I have no idea who's right or wrong here, but the one thing I did notice is that he didn't really answer the question, did he? And it's usually a telling sign for me. Also, isn't it Deirdre Brock who asked the questions, not the witness? But anyway, I have to say, if I'd have been Deirdre Brock, I would have fired back with this line.
Well, as you know, obviously one of the key things was the Ukraine and the invasion, the illegal invasion that Russia inflicted on Ukraine.
Well, I think the truth is, building on Amanda's point, on Minister Soloway's point, is that the Ukraine crisis and the Russia's illegal invasion happened on the back of another very significant worldwide event, which was the global COVID pandemic. You then had the surge in international fuel prices on the back of Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine.
Well, Chairman, as my colleagues have said very, very clearly, I mean, all countries are facing similar challenges. I mean, the war in Ukraine, the illegal war in Ukraine, is the reason why the global economy is facing these challenges is entirely down to the war in Ukraine and the aftermath of the pandemic.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander, isn't it? But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and if you want to watch more Scottish Select Committee meetings, you might want to watch this video here. So until the next time, take care, my friends.